Hello, everyone. Welcome to Room to Grow Builders. My name is Angelica Robertson, and I am taking you guys along the journey with me as we chose to decide to go the not traditional route. And as you get to know me, we're definitely not traditional, so this fits us. So you'll get to come along with my journey as I get my business license and things like that. We are starting 100% from scratch, from dirt and to building a business as well. So we currently live in California. That's me with the red floral dress with the pink vest on, and my husband. We just recently got married, William, aka Billy, and our fur baby Kenny. Currently, we are in the process of getting our home built. We live in a one bedroom, one bathroom apartment in California, and seriously, it has left us with no room to grow at all. And Kenny doesn't have a backyard. And so we took this journey up to see, can we find an affordable living? We're middle class and we're priced out of California. We love the Central Valley. I was born and raised here. I'm from the Bay Area, and so he came out here for college. I won't bore you guys with our story, but we'll keep it pushing. 2020, I wanted to buy a home, but the current hubby was not ready. So we pressed pause on it. So I continued to work and grind as I'm kind of like the breadwinner here. And I knew I was moving towards a goal of being a homeowner, and I will be the first homeowner in my family. So upon this journey, I found NACA, and NACA is, I believe it's a nonprofit, and they help people of color, first-time home buyers, be able to afford buying a home. And so I'll talk about NACA a little bit along this presentation as we go on. So I'm a licensed clinical social worker. Husband is a social worker supervisor for a local county. We love solar, we love gardening, and we love our fur baby Kenny. And we're hoping to get into a little bit of homesteading with the 0.25 acres that we bought. And we enjoy traveling quite a bit. I do. Um, Hubby usually stays home, or William usually stays home, and takes care of Kenny. And I do love a little bit of glam. So we tour many homes, and as you see, there's different price ranges that we're looking at. We are priced out of our community. If you wanted to live in a decent area, it would cost us over $400,000 or even more, $600,000, and we make pretty good money. And our monthly payment would have been about $4,000, and that's definitely out of our price range. You can totally stay renting, but we're expanding. And so a lot of the stuff that was in our price range was either condos here or really small homes. And we want a 2 bedroom, 2 bath minimum, 1,600 square feet. And we toured many homes maybe around October, December, between there. And then we decided that, you know what, let's look at mobile homes. Let's look at manufactured homes and modular homes to see if we can reduce those costs and still live comfortably and save money. So we looked at our budget and financing. Make sure you look at a budget of the maximum payment that you can afford. And so when we decided to do the mobile home community, we went out and toured. We toured everything. We did hours of research. So this is going to take some of your time. So some of the places that we went to, space rent was between $800 and $950 per month. That's not including the mobile home, whether you're buying a new one to get installed or you're buying one that's for sale in the community. And if you do want to buy one in the community, that's a whole different conversation, a whole separate video. If we wanted to have a newly installed mobile home in the community, it was about $194K, and financing was for about 20 years. We went to a vendor. These are the exact estimates that they gave us. Our monthly payment would have been $1,464.91. And then if you look at the space fees, we would have been paying a lot in space fees, over $288,000 just in space fees for 20 years. So we're just like, if we can afford $950 per month in space fees on top of estimated home cost, then we might as well look into land. And that's when we kind of shifted gears in December and started taking things more seriously. But as you see here, our monthly payment for the mobile home community would have been $2,414.91. As we shift over to own land, there's no space rent. We searched up and down for a few months. We're looking at homes and land and mobile homes. I mean, we looked at everything. And we were able to find undeveloped land in the outskirts of our city. The seller had their offer for $65,000. We put our offer in for 45. They rejected it. We waited a couple more weeks. We saw that they took the posting down. That started us. We reached back out to their realtor, and the realtor said it was still on the market. And we submitted an offer in February of 2026 for $57,000. And if you divide that and you do the math here, 20 years, for 12 months, that's 240 payments. So 240 divided by 57,000. If you see that math there, it's under $300 per month. And that fit our budget versus investing in a mobile home community, which was beautiful, well kept, but we rather invest in ourselves in land. So we decided to get a really nice manufactured home. That's why the price went up a lot, because we had some customized things included. AC and heating unit. Our home is 100% electric. So we got estimates for our land development, which was about $75,000. So that's for the electricity, sewer, and water. Our land was $57K. Closing cost it's about under 11,000. As you see here, it's 10,672 few cents. And so the grand total was 380K. There's a few hundreds there, but we're just doing whole numbers, but you can see the exact amounts there. And the total cost that we put down was our down payment and also our deposit that we had to put down, but I'll go over those numbers in depth in the upcoming. We put a total down of $20,000. Our interest rate, that's fixed, but we're going to look at different financing options. And our monthly payment, owning our own land, if we continue to stick with the financer that we went, would be $3,030. I'm going to break down the cost a little further. So as you can see here, 380K, a few hundreds at the end as well. Was the total price of everything. So that was including land, the closing costs, the home sale price, and the improvements. And it says 21st Mortgage. That's a financer that we went through. Would not recommend. DM me if you want some information on them. I'm going to recommend, if I didn't put in the slides, I do recommend other financiers if possible, because their lender fees are just ridiculous. And that's a whole nother story. That's how we got the total, and then minus 20,000 down payment, which we didn't really have to do a $20,000 down payment. We could have just did 10, but we chose to because we want to reduce our cost. I highly recommend to do as much research as much as possible on the location that you want. We searched up and down for hours and months. I can't tell you the sleepless nights that I had. We finally decided, you know what, let's go with the property that we have. It's 0.25 acres. It's a really great deal that we think, and enough to do what we want for our future, which we want to do a little bit of homesteading, growing fruit trees, and making sure Kenny has a backyard, and then for our families to host parties and just have a really beautiful, lush property that we're happy to come home to each day. Definitely look at location. Visit it during the morning, evenings, and nights. We visited multiple times. We even connected with some of the neighbors that were definitely looking at us for sure, because we kept going out to the property. Scope it out and see if you can imagine or envision yourself, your future family, visiting you or you settling in for your roots. Make sure you review zoning. Zoning for the land is R1 or RS1. Every county is going to be different on their labeling. So we're able to do a single family dwelling and also kind of like a mother-in-law suite as well, maximum on the property. I was mostly interested in RS5 because you can build multiple properties as we're looking in the future to build multiple manufactured homes and rent them out for extra money, but maybe that's for a future project. We'll see what room to grow builders grow into. So definitely reach out to your local city or county since our property is in between. It's in between the city and county, so we have to connect with both. Ours is in a different water district than the county that we currently live in, and so we have to go through everything outside of the city and to the unincorporated city. We're only like 5 to 10 minutes outside the city. Make sure you get the setback information where you can place your home. And also, I would recommend check out local Facebook groups, kind of like the realtors, the off-market groups. That's what we also did as well. And it definitely gave me a lot of leads for very cheap property. I had a plug who that I met on Facebook, and he was awesome. He would send me leads weekly. Haven't heard from him in a while, but I'll probably reach out to him again after our home is built so I can start developing room to grow builders and start seeing if we can do this model for other people who are struggling with housing and really want a property that they can develop into their own, whatever that looks like. And so he would send me properties at least once a week. Sometimes it'd be 2 acres of land in the county, but it'd be two further out in the mountains, and it would be like for $35,000. But there will be like a lot more development and demolition because some of the homes burnt down or were burnt by fires or very neglected. So make sure you do your due diligence on any properties that you're interested in. We use various realtor sites. We use Zillow, KW, Realtor.com, London Properties, Landwatch, and there's a lot of properties that aren't even listed just driving around your community. And sometimes brokers buy them who specialize in properties, and you contact them directly. I did that before, and they said I was 2 days too late. I was 0.35 acres for like $40,000, and it sold a couple days, after I reached out. Make sure you drive around and continue to do your research on properties that you find interesting, and snap a photo of any interest that you have, and make sure to reach out because land is so hard to find these days, especially in California. So once again, the cost for our land was 0.25 acres. The seller is asking $65K. They accepted our offer at $57K. Our home, which we upgraded a lot of things, could have been definitely significantly cheaper, but this is our dream home and we wanted to have it look good. So our home is $237K, and then land development cost 75K, and then the total is $380K. So what we paid so far, zero for the land, zero for the manufactured home. Like I said in the previous slide, $3,000 for the permits. We paid our due for us to submit them and do all that work. And he's been absolutely great. He'll send us the blueprints of the land where it's going to be situated. He's like our liaison to the county. So he is absolutely wonderful. He reaches out to us if we take too long to respond because we're busy. So he is absolutely on it, and we are happy that we hired him. We did have to submit a deposit for the home. We went through Homes Direct, which was $500, $200 deposit in good faith for escrow until the land was finalized on closing. So closing costs was about $10,672. We had an additional $10,000 that we put down, but then they minus our deposit. So the total that we put down was $24,530 and the cents there. A breakdown on the land development cost to opt for permanent foundation. The estimate was $16,000. The electrical, these are all estimates, 34K, permits, 10K that they have to do to build the home, in addition with our permits or if they go through the county, sewer, water, and then I don't remember what the other was. I think that's just a cushion, just in case. And they'll give us a refund if all these costs are under, which is nice, which we're going to move. We're hoping that it is. Fingers crossed. So our estimated monthly payment, if we stick with 21st mortgage, would be $3,030.08. However, we are looking into the NACA program, which is for first-time home buyers who qualify. You must be employed consecutively for 2 years, and you must be able to pay your bills on time. So I qualified, I'm eligible. However, they would not finance the home until it's one home combined. So that's why I had to go with someone like 21st Mortgage. However, the interest rates are significantly cheaper. And so if we choose to go with NACA, which we probably will, there's a few requirements that you have to commit to be a part of the program. It's talking about the program, volunteering, maybe doing some social media posts about it, just to educate the community about affordable housing for low and moderate to middle income earners. So if we continue to be with them, our monthly payment would be 2,500. I messed up here, but it'll be $2,500 around there. Put an extra zero there, so ignore that. So then it goes to 20 years and 15 years. So if you remember back at the mobile home, it's around the same price. So I'm definitely going to be investing in having my own land, similarly priced. I think it was $2,400 for the home and then the lot fee. So this is only $100 more. And then of course the interest rates are going to fluctuate. So this was as of June 8th. If we do a local credit union as well, but our estimated loan is 360K, and we are comfortable with that, especially for a customized home of our own. I was trying to get this out because a lot of people have questions. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. We are big on educating, supporting, and we're excited to see where Room to Grow builders go. I think the future is modular and manufactured homes, especially in high cost of living states, and we live in one. And we're not going anywhere anytime soon because a lot of our retirement's here and our roots are here, and so we're finding different ways to make living affordable for us and for you as well. Toodles!